They're so under the radar that they remind me of Google pre-IPO. They've only raised a few $1 million. They're doing hundreds of millions of dollars in GMV. From what I know, they're profitable. That's why they don't need to raise money. They are the one in the clinic diverting these demand sources, right? They are really the one at the crux of this. I've talked about our top 50 B2B marketplace ranking in the United States. Go check that thing out. One of the top 10 companies on that ranking. Love this company. This company is like, it's not Google's type potential, $1 trillion company, but it's big. The way this company acts, they're so under the radar that they remind me of Google pre-IPO, right? Where Google was so on fire, their growth was so insane, their revenue, their margins, right, were so bonkers that they didn't want anyone to know, right? They were trying to push off going public as long as they could, right? Because then they had to disclose how profitable their business model was. But I think they were actually triggered by, having over 500 shareholders, which forced them to start that process. Otherwise, they wanted to still keep going under the radar, right? Then Microsoft woke up and said, whoa, what is going on here? We got to get into this. How do we just let this no-name company come out of nowhere and now become a multi-billion dollar threat to us, Microsoft, right? That's Vetcove. This company, Vetcove, is phenomenal. They've only raised a few $1 million. You say, oh, they've only raised a few $1 million. Yeah, they've only raised a few $1 million. They're doing hundreds of millions of dollars in GMV. From what I know, they're profitable. That's why they don't need to raise money. They're doing hundreds of millions of dollars in GMV. They have insane growth, profitable. Ooh, yeah. But they're in the veterinarian supply distribution space. Ooh, well, that's not that sexy, Alex. Completely wrong. There's a reason why this company is in our top 10. And why they're under the radar. It's because they're doing so well, they don't even want you to know. And I have so many different examples of this from just different areas of interaction that we have, with them, with the work that we do. You can't give them your money. They don't need the money. Okay. Now, what's the latest example about how just on fire this company is? They just got sued by Chewy. Chewy. Yeah, not a small company. Just a $32 billion market cap company selling a bunch of what? Pet food and pet supplies to consumers. Why would Chewy feel so threatened by small no-name Vetcove that's raised a few $1 million to actually label them in a lawsuit? Oh, that's right. That's because this company is on fire. Chewy has sued Covetrus, which is a multi-billion dollar business, which was spun out of Henry Schein. Henry Schein's a massive dental supply company. They do medical supply distribution. And then they had their veterinarian business, which they spun out, created a company called Covetrus, which, out of nowhere is now a multi-billion dollar company because it was a part of Henry Schein. So now Covetrus, yeah, that makes sense. Chewy, Covetrus, both multi-billion dollar companies. But then Vetcove? Like what? Oh, that's right. Because Vetcove is so dominant and no one knows about it. Here's the issue. Laws in most states require veterinarians to provide to pet owners a prescription or authorization to purchase animal medications and other regulated pet products to protect the customer's right to choose their pharmacy, right? If a Chewy customer does not have a prescription or authorization on file when ordering, Chewy contacts the customer's veterinarian to get it. Chewy alleges that at this point in the transaction, Vetcove, a practice software vendor, and Covetrus conspired to convince pet owners through deceptive communications to buy the medication from the veterinary clinic's online pharmacy instead of Chewy. For example, you want to buy like heartworm medicine, the flea and tick medicine, right, for your dog. You got to get that from a vet. You can't just go buy that from a pet store. What Vetcove is doing, so geniusly, look at this. Purchasing for your vet hospital, shop every supplier at once, right? So they're giving software to these vets, to the vet hospitals, right? They're giving software to help these companies better manage their procurement. But it's free. Look, they got a button here. Why free? Vetcove is completely free and always will be. We'll never charge any veterinarian hospital or nonprofit for access to our purchasing platform. That's our promise to the veterinary community. Corporations pay so that clinics don't have to. They literally go to the manufacturers, right? Or some distributors, and they get paid by the suppliers. They get paid to disintermediate the distributors in the industry. Our paid services to veterinary vendors include e-commerce integrations, payment processing, loyalty program logistics, cashback, and CRM tools. These companies pay Vetcove to use our tools when you buy their products on Vetcove, when you participate in their programs. Really interesting stuff here. So let me go one level deeper. Here's Alex, their CEO. How does Vetcove earn revenue? Vetcove provides rich content, product listings, payment processing, and order management capabilities to manufacturers that are not using distributors to sell their products. While you shop Vetcove's catalog, you'll see listings marked as seller direct, right? These are manufacturers whose products you can buy through Vetcove straight from the source. These manufacturers pay Vetcove when you buy their products, right? So the manufacturers will say, hey, I'm going to sell directly through Vetcove and I'll pay you a fee, Vetcove, right? But the fee I'm paying to Vetcove is going to be less than what the manufacturer would have been paying to a distributor to sell the manufacturer's product. Make sense? The manufacturer is still net ahead. Yes, they're paying a fee to Vetcove, but that fee is less than what they would have been paying to sell these products through traditional distribution channels like through B2B distributors, right? So they are disintermediating the traditional supply chain distribution channel, and they're paying a fee to Vetcove. And all of this whole flywheel that Vetcove has going, which is not everything you buy, right? Not all the products are seller direct, right? But they are now giving a channel for these, let's say, smaller manufacturers that can do direct to just pay Vetcove a fee, right? Versus if you're buying from Covetrus on Vetcove, I doubt Vetcove is really making much of a fee, if any, because Covetrus has, they got to have their margin, they're selling stuff, right? So it's the seller direct channel, which you say, oh, so that's how these guys are making money. And yes, I didn't go do anything inappropriate. It's all on their site. You just got to go read the site. How is Vetcove able to stay free for veterinary clinics? We get this question a lot. Vetcove really is completely free to all U.S. veterinary organizations with no hidden costs or obligations whatsoever. We take pride in the fact that we can offer Vetcove to thousands of independently owned veterinary practices and nonprofits at no cost. We were founded by a veterinary family to help practices navigate the abundance of animal health vendors and keep inventory costs under control. So how does Vetcove fund its operations and keep it free? Vetcove does charge corporate-owned hospital groups, so larger hospital groups, that opt into a separate platform a monthly fee for a version of Vetcove that includes supplemental features to allow for central management and corporate guidance. So there are large veterinary hospital groups, so they need more sophisticated kind of enterprise level software, so they do pay SaaS fees. We also enable manufacturers to sell items and process payments directly on Vetcove and charge them a fee for that service. That's the seller direct I was just talking about. Lastly, Vetcove offers some very unobtrusive promotions and advertising services on behalf of manufacturers. There we go. All of these organizations pay for Vetcove so that practices don't have to. They're giving the software away for free. This is like OpenTable, right? You give a SaaS tool away for free, right? OpenTable giving table management software to restaurants way, many years ago in San Francisco to help them manage, right, where they're seating people. And then OpenTable opens up a marketplace where they can have diners book tables at the restaurant, and on that channel, they take a fee. This is similar, just kind of in the other direction. Vetcove is giving software away for free to the independent players, which there are a myriad of these small independent vet clinics. And then on a segment of the channel, seller direct, they're taking their fee and then they're doing some advertising and SaaS fees. But this seller direct channel, to me, is the where there's a lot of meat on the bone, right? Because now you truly are disintermediating the existing supply chain channels in the industry. Hard to overstate how much I love this business and how on fire they are. And one day, everyone else will realize how on fire they are. And we'll go back and watch this video and say, yeah, Alex, You had it right. Love this company. And that is really the company, by the way, that Chewy's pissed at. It's Vetcove software that's saying, hey, you don't need to buy this from Chewy. You can buy this over here. They are the one in the clinic diverting these demand sources, right? They are really the one at the crux of this. And then Chewy is saying that Covetrus and Vetcove work together on it. It's really Vetcove that's causing all this. Hi, I'm Alex. Thanks for watching the show. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, but even better, make sure to follow us on Odyssey, follow us on Rumble, and text us 203-646-5159. Text the word Monopoly. You'll be subscribed. You'll get updates about when we're going live, our latest videos, and we'll send you even a little goodie bag. And in the event that we all get banned from big tech, we'll still be connected.